This is a podcast from soof.co.uk. Hello, I'm Patrick Downs. This is all about film, whether it be Blu-ray, DVD or streaming. This is Bring the Film. Long before he becomes the master of evil, Gru is just a 12-year-old boy in a 1970s suburbia plotting to take over the world from his basement. It's not going particularly well when Gru crosses paths with the Minions, including Kevin, Stuart, Bob and Otto. A new Minion sport embraces, and a desperate need to please this unexpected family joins forces. Together, they build their first lair, design their first weapons, and strive to execute their first mission.
All right, who let the kid in?
I thought he was a tiny man.
What's wrong with you? You seriously think a puny little child can be a villain?
Yes, I am pretty despicable. You don't want to cross me?
Evil is for adults who steal powerful ancient stones and wreak havoc. And not for tubby little punks who should be at school, learning, taking a recess. Sucking his thumb.
Starring the vocal talents of Steve Carrell, Michelle Yeoh, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Lucy Lawless, Dolph Lundgren, Russell Brand and Julie Andrews. And our film correspondent Madeline Finley-Hudson talked to Steve Carrell about how he got into the headspace of a younger Gru.
I thought about like where I was at 11 and where like my son and daughter were when they were 11, and there's a brightness to them, that, you know, an earnestness to their worldview and the things that they want, you know, the things they're searching for at 11, you know, to try to fit in, to kind of find their, you know, their group of people, to see who's going to be taking care of them, people that they can take care of, all of that stuff. And I think there's an energy to that I was trying to kind of find.
Cool, thank you. So recently we've had a lot of villain origin stories. We've had like Cruella, Maleficent. Why do you think Gru needed his own origin story?
Well, I know I wanted to see how they got together, how the Minions and Gru became a thing, because it's such an odd relationship when you think about it. You find Despicable Me, yes, he has these thousands of these yellow minions that just are, you know, out of nowhere. So the fact that you get to see how they bonded, what their relationship started like, and I think it also informs what Gru became later on, because it was a struggle between them at first, and it wasn't just like a done deal. And they kind of had to learn about each other and grow. And I think there's something very human in that. And it's something the writers on this series do really well. They take different types of relationships and examine them, you know, brothers, father and daughters, you know, husband and wife. Like they examine like different loving relationships. And this, you know, is another one of those. And they're able to kind of, without getting too heady about it, you know, it's a very sweet little animated movie, but I think that's, you know, there's some texture there.
So I loved Michelle Yeoh's sort of like unexpected team up with the Minions. If you were to pick any character you've ever played to team up with the Minions to rescue Gru, who would you pick?
Any character I've played to team up with the Minions to rescue Gru, I would have Brick Tamlin and the Minions go rescue Gru, because I think they would be a nice counterpoint, because the Minions are prone to trouble, and I think Brick is as well. So they would be sort of canceling each other out, I think.
Chaos. So next question. Why do you think Gru and the Minions have such a universal appeal to like people of all ages?
I think underlying all of it is the decency and they're very sweet. You know, Gru, as gruff as he is, as much as he pushes people away, he's a softie and he cares deeply, and he's a very loving person. And the Minions, incredibly loyal. They screw up all the time, but he forgives them they forgive themselves. And there's no, I mean, I think the appeal is within that they're incredibly silly, incredibly sweet, and I don't know. There's a joy there that people tend to like, I guess. I don't know.
They definitely do. And finally, how do you get into character for Gru? Like, how do you prep yourself to step into the headspace? I get so method. Like I put on my bald cap and my big long nose. For this, I thought about what a younger version of that guy would be, and I've been lucky because rarely in an animated movie do you get to have several movies to kind of develop a character and to figure out what makes a character tick and find out more of the eccentricities. So I don't know. I think about what came before. I think about what may lie ahead for him. And I think, just the voice cues a lot of stuff in. But so much of it is just in the writing that it kind of, they're so good at painting the picture, literally painting the picture too.
Minions, The Rise of Gru is available now. And with that, thanks for checking me out on the Bring the Film podcast today. I'm Patrick Downs, and you can keep in touch across Twitter at I'm Patrick Downs, also on Instagram or facebook.com/officialpoptart. And there's also the website soof.co.uk. This is a podcast from soof.co.uk.